Let us continue with the topic. Now, we have discussed about the classification of air pollutants and their composition and the diseases caused by air pollution. Now, in this video, let us study about measures to curb air pollution. Measures to curb air pollution. Now I'll write air pollution as AP. Okay. Now what is first technique? The first one is absorption. Right. The second technique to measure air pollution to curb air pollution is combustion. And the third one is adsorption. Right. Adsorption. Now observe the differences between these three techniques. Right. Now in absorption, what will we do? In absorption technique, gaseous pollutants are absorbed in suitable absorbent material. In suitable absorbent material, they are absorbed in suitable absorbent material. Now this is the technique. Now what about combustion? Now in this technique, oxidizable gaseous pollutants are, now see here, what are the pollutants? Oxidizable gaseous pollutants are completely burnt at higher temperatures. Oxidizable gaseous pollutants are completely burnt at higher temperatures. Now the third technique is adsorption. Now this technique is applied to control toxic gases, vapors and inflammable compounds that could not be efficiently removed by aforesaid techniques, right? Now see here, adsorption is a process applied to control toxic gases. Right. Now these are efficiently removed. Inflammable compounds and vapors are efficiently removed by adsorption process. Right. Now what are the devices that can be used to remove particulate air pollutants? What are the devices? The first one is arresters. Now these are the devices. Second one is scrubbers. The third one is filters. Right, these are the devices to remove air pollutants. Now see here, arresters are ideally used to separate particulate matter from contaminated air. I am writing particulate matter as PM. Now scrubbers are used to clean both air and air for both dust and gaseous by passing through a dry or wet packing material. Now this dusted air or gases will be passed through dry or wet packing material. Now these are called scrubbers. Wet packing material. Right. Now what about filters? Now they are used to collect extremely fine particulate matters. They are used to collect extremely fine particulate matters. Right. Now however, electrostatic precipitation is the most effective device to remove particulate pollutants. Now what is the device name? Electrostatic precipitation is the most effective device to remove particulate pollutants. Precipitator. Right, to remove the fine particulate pollutants. Now what are the alternative fuels that you have to use to curb this air pollution, right? Now let us discuss in the next slide. Now the best alternate fuel that can be used to curb this air pollution is biodiesel. Now see here, your most of the questions will be on this, right? Biodiesel. Now how biodiesel are formed, right? Now biodiesels are monoalkyl esters, monoalkyl esters, and this is a clean burning fuel made from natural resources such as your jatropha plants, Now how this biodiesel is formed? It is made from an oil producing plant called jatropha. By a process called transesterification. Right, now see here, first this jatropha plants production was first initiated in Chhattisgarh by Raman Singh government. So they use this biodiesel buses in order to curb the pollution, right? Now government is producing many incentives for this jatropha production also, right? Now what is this transesterification? What is this process exactly? Now in this process, fat is mixed with alcohol and a catalyst separates the vegetable oil into two components, that is glycerin and methyl esters. Now this jatropha oil, when passed through this transesterification process, now this fat is mixed with the oil and the catalyst separates the vegetable oil into two components. One is glycerin and the other one is methyl esters. Right? Now glycerin is used in making soaps and methyl esters is used in making biodiesels. Now this glycerin is used for making soaps. Now this is the process of transesterification. Now this is biodegradable, non-polluting and non-toxic in nature, and so this way it is safely used in marine industry. Done. The next alternative fuel is P series fuel. Now this is what everybody knows about this, at least a generalized thing, but you don't know about this P series fuel. This is where we are, right? P series fuel. Now what about this P series fuel? Now this is a new alternate fuel and it is a blend of methyl tetrahydrofuran. It is a blend of methyl tetrahydrofuran. Right. I'm writing all the full forms, right? MTHF. Ethanol plus hydrocarbons. All these mixture constitute P series fuel, right? Now see here, in 2014 Service Commission examination, a question was asked in a prelims, right? What is the composition of P series fuel? You are given with 4 options. Now you have to tick down this option, right? Ethanol plus hydrocarbons plus P series fuel. Now one more alternative fuel is solar fuels. Now everybody know about this, right? Solar fuels, right? How to collect this solar fuel? This is the point that you have to know. in order to collect the solar energy that is derived from sun and used as fuel, we need photovoltaic cells, right? In order to store the solar energy, we need photovoltaic cells. This is the thing you have to know, right? They are stored in this photovoltaic cells. Now this pure solar energy is 100% renewable, right? Now these are the alternate fuels. Now let us go to the next concept now, which is very important, right, in your contemporary era. Now what are the policy measures that are taken by government to curb this air pollution? The first and foremost is Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act, right? Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. In which year? 1981. This is the measure taken by Government of India. Now what this act exactly says, right? Now it looks upon the deterioration in the air quality, and also this act says you about the various functions of Central Pollution Control Board, the Apex Board, right? Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, and also State Pollution Control Board, SPCBs. They gives the various functions of this Central Pollution Control Boards and State Pollution Control Boards. And what about the Central Pollution Control Board? Now this is a statutory organization under Ministry of Environment and Forest. Now it was established under Water Act 1974. Water, right? Prevention, I write in full form, Prevention and Control of Pollution, in the year 1974, right? So in order to know the measures taken, to formulate the measures taken to curb the pollution, and it is a technical wing. Now what are the main functions of this Central Pollution Control Board? Now it has to advise the paths or the points to be taken out to improve the quality of the air and prevention and control of air pollution, to plan a national-wide program, and also to provide technical assistance to the state pollution boards to lay down annual standards for quality of air. Now this is the important point, right? Annual standards of quality of air. Now every day in Delhi we look upon this air quality standards and all the things. These are released by Central Pollution Control Boards, right? Annual standards of quality of air, right? Done. And one more program is there, National Air Quality Monitoring Program. National Air Quality Monitoring Program, which is called NAMP. Now what is this NAMP? Now this NAMP is executed by Central Pollution Control Board, CPCB, right? And it gives it envisages about a program of having ambient air quality monitoring known as National Air Quality Program. Now under NAMP, 4 air pollutants, which is sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, suspended particulate matter, suspended particulate matter, and respirable suspended particulate matter have been identified. Now according to this program, these four pollutants and their quantity and their percentages in the air will be identified from or monitored from all the locations, right? They are regularly monitored. Based on this program. These are the four pollutants. Now this is also your service commission examination once it was asked, right? What are the four particles, four pollutants that are coded, that are encrypted in National Air Quality Monitoring Program? Your options are, right? Now you can write respirable SPM, suspended particle matter as RSPM by PM10. This is the code for this. Done. Now the next very important things in order to curb the air pollutants is government have started Bharat standards, right? Now we call it as or Euro norms. Euro norms. Now what are these exactly? Now we will deal this in detail, right? Because see here, our vehicles, government have started to implement Bharat stage 6 by directly deleting Bharat stage 5. Why it is happening? Let us discuss first the basics, right? Now Bharat or Euro norms are emission standards. Now these are emission standards. Emission standards instituted by Government of India to regulate the output of air pollutants. Now it was started in 1st June 1999. Right now, Government of India has taken a decision to adopt Bharat stage 6 automotive fuel nationwide by skipping Bharat stage 5 from April 1, 2020. Right now, see here, Indian government have decided to take up Bharat stage 6 standards by skipping BS5, right, from April 1st 2020. Now see here, already government have announced that BS6 norms will be implemented in National Capital Territory region of Delhi from April 2018 itself. Now BS6 standards will be applicable in NCT, National Capital Territory, from April 1st 2018 itself. Right now, why government have skipped this Bharat stage 5, right, and again rolling out directly Bharat stage 6? Because in Bharat stage 5 some of the vehicles will not be meeting the standards. Right now, see here why it was skipped. Let us see the reasons here. Why Bharat stage 5 was skipped? Now see here, in Bharat stage 5 vehicles, standard vehicles, emission standard vehicles, it can release more particulate matter which are below a size of 2.5 microns. 2.5 microns, which can affect your lungs very effectively, right? And this emission standard BS5 vehicle emission standard vehicles can release more sulfur. right? And also BS5 vehicles would not be followed uniformly on all the vehicles, especially on commercial passenger and freight carriers which have been using lower standard fuels. They cannot follow Bharat stage 5, right? On commercial and freight carriers which uses low standard of fuels, they cannot follow this Bharat stage 5. So government have skipped this, right? Now see here, Soumitra Chowdhury Committee on Auto Fuel Vision and Policy 2025 submitted a report. What about this report recommends? It recommends to appropriately to decrease the level of sulfur fuels, it seems. Now, this committee, for UPSC, this committee, Soumitra Chowdhury, are important. For IAS it was never asked, but we cannot expect that. Soumitra Chowdhury Committee on Auto Fuel Vision and Policy 2025 submitted a document which says that Indian government has to take steps in order to reduce or in order to start usage of low sulfur fuels in order to decrease the pollution, right? Transition of new cleaner vehicles, and these are the common things what we use. Done. Now let us discuss the all standards in detail, right? This you have to learn. Now I have given the data for all the four wheelers, right? Now first Bharat standards was started in, which was called India, which was called India 2000. Now this is the first emission standard which was taken up by Government of India. Now in Euro norms it is called Euro 1. Now it was started in 2000, right? And it was taken up nationwide, right? Now the second was Bharat stage 2, writing as BS, Bharat stage 2, which is called Euro norm 2. Now it was taken up in 2003 in National Capital Region and all the metros, in 2005 nationwide, right? The next one is Bharat stage 3. Now see here, there is, I'll write down the years, right, which is called Euro 3, which was taken up in 2005 in NCR and nationwide in 2010. Now the next one is Bharat stage 4, BS4, and the next one is Bharat stage 5, and the next one is Bharat stage 6. Now Bharat stage 3 already we have, this is called Euro 4, Euro 5 this is, and this is Euro 6. Now Bharat stage 4 was implemented in 2010, right, in major cities, not all over India, right? Now Bharat stage 5, this has been skipped, and Bharat Statistics has to be implemented by 2020 nationwide. This you have to learn, right? Very important. Bharat stage for emission standards. Now, a study by IIT Delhi experts concluded that the best results would be achieved by raising the fuel standard and introducing policy initiatives that would influence passenger behavior and personal travel, it seems. Now see here, if you can clearly observe, 6 to 7 years back, Delhi CM Sheila Dikshit have urged the people of Delhi in order to use public transport in order to reduce the pollution levels in the national capital region. So that's why the usage of cars and all will be decreased. And also this Arvind Kejriwal government have also started odd even policy that was not that successful. But Sheila Dikshit government policies was very good, but it was not followed by the people, as some says that it was due to economical tendencies by the people, right? Now the next concept what we will deal is National Air Quality Index. National Air Quality Index. This is also very important, right? Which is called NAQI. Now what is this National Air Quality Index? National Air Quality Index is a number that is used to communicate to public how the polluted air currently is or how polluted it is forecast to become. It was launched in 2014. Now see here, I'll write the main theme here. Now National Air Quality Index is a number that is used to communicate to public that how much the air is polluted, right? And also how polluted it will be forecasted, how polluted it will be near future, how polluted it will be in near future. Right? These are the two things. Now they have given some symbols for this National Air Quality Index, right? Now you have to learn this, right? Because this is very important. It is being asked in the examination since 2 to 3 years in UPSC, right? Now see the color codes. If it is green, now what it indicates? Now the air quality will be good, right? So there will be minimal impact of health, minimal impact on health. This is what. Now if the color code is light green, now this will be satisfactory. Now see here, satisfactory means the particulate matter will be in between 51 to 100. Now here the particulate matter will be 0 to 50 per meter cube, right? So I am not writing meter cube everywhere. Now there will be minor effects. Now if the color code is yellow, your air quality is moderate and the particulate matter will be in the level of 101 to 200, right? Now you will be feeling breathing discomfort, Now if the code is orange, Now the air quality is poor. Now the particulate level will be at 201 to 300. Now you will be having breathing discomfort on longer exposure, right? This is the code. Now let us see the next codes also. Orange, red. The next one is red. Red means the air quality will be very poor and the particulate matter will be at the level of 301 to 400. Right? Now you will be having an effect of respiratory illness. Respiratory illness. Now, if the NAQI code is dark red, now the air quality is severe, which will be at the range of 401 to 500. Now it affects health seriously. Now see here, Delhi air quality index is at severe red, which is called dark red, right? Now see here, this is air quality index. I'll write down here, air quality index. Now this is the code and this is the impact, right? Now see here, in this contemporary era, this question will be surely asked in your examination. You have to focus on this, right? Done. Thank you.